We wanted it. It's back. TNA Wrestling is back, replacing Impact Wrestling in 2024. The first show where TNA will be TNA once again will be Hard to Kill in January. Their pay-per-view spectacular, arguably one of their big 4 shows of the year. So without further ado, in this video, we know one match already been announced for this show. I'm going to predict the rest of the match card. So the match that we know is for the Knockouts World Championship. It's going to be Trinity defending against Jordynne Grace. Of course, Jordynne Grace did win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet at Bound for Glory, and she's called her shot here for Hard for Kill. And of course, this is going to be a hard-hitting match, a big-time match, one we've not seen in Impact. I think a perfect addition for this Hard to Kill show. Going then into the rest of the card, obviously we have the World Championship that will be on the line. I'm predicting Alex Shelley taking on a Moose. I think this makes a lot of sense. Alex Shelley, of course, debuted for TNA, what, 20 odd years ago, I think like 2003. So to be like a starting up-and-comer in the early days of TNA to now being the world champion, it makes so much sense that he is the face of, well, TNA and Impact Wrestling at this present moment, and why he defeated Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory. And to go against Moose, well, Moose won the Feast or Fired briefcase. Of course, the briefcase he got was a World Heavyweight Championship shot. He has called that shot for Hard to Kill, depending who the champion will be. We've got the experience of Shelley, a face of TNA when you're bringing it back as well, someone that will be familiarised with the old fans against, well, someone that's been great for the new fans. Moose has been a already named guy for Impact Wrestling. At one point, like Mr. Impact Wrestling, he called himself. And he was someone in the pandemic who brought back the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which I think makes perfect for storyline narrative here. Potentially trying to bring a championship into play here. We know we're going to get new championships actually displayed from Hard to Kill. So I guess the big question we need to ask ourselves is, will TNA continue with the old guard, or will they be looking to push and make new stars going forward for the TNA banner? Of course, Moose could be that one that could be the face of TNA as we usher in a new era for the promotion and as we move into the year of 2024. The thing that's great with TNA Wrestling, though, as I mentioned, we can use some of the old guard faces. We have quite a few of them on the roster, and of course in the company, to actually put over new names that also bring back those nostalgic TNA fans back for this show. And I think one person that would be great for that is Gail Kim, arguably the greatest knockout in TNA history. And why not have her go against someone who's been arguably the best knockout over the last 3 to 4 years, Deonna Purrazzo. This one can easily be built from Turning Point. Gail Kim was the special guest referee when Deonna Purrazzo lost the 3rd match in a row against Trinity. Deonna Purrazzo now can no longer go for the Knockouts World Championship while Trinity is champion. I'm still unsure of Deonna Purrazzo's contract situation. However, I do think this would be an amazing match to have a singles match, an opportunity to do it. It needs to be now. Gail Kim has done retirement matches before, but she has come back and done matches since, including the last one at Impact 1000. Let's have a singles match with Gail Kim and Deonna Purrazzo. It is big time. It is printing money. It would feel like a main event in my personal opinion. So for me, I'd like to see this match go down. I think we'll have Bully Ray go against Steve Macklin. This one seems to be building nicely in the background. Of course, at Bound for Glory, Bully Ray did cost Steve Macklin the Monsters Ball 4-way match, of course, pushing him off the top turnbuckle, going through a table. Of course, Macklin has been saying Bully Ray has gone soft, so potentially could be some form of gimmick match here. Obviously, Macklin has been no stranger to those. Well, we see Monsters Ball at Bound for Glory. He's done Barbed Wire Massacre as well in the past, so I expect some sort of, let's say, hardcore style match between Bully Ray and Steve Macklin at Hard to Kill. We currently have Josh Alexander and Eric Young as a tag team in Impact Wrestling, so what I think they'll be going for the tag team straps at Hard to Kill. I can see them going against ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Long term, I don't see Alexander and Young as a team in Impact. I think the turn inevitably will happen. Of course, a TNA original in Eric Young to turn on the Impact star over the last few years of Josh Alexander. I think that could be a great story that could play out for the Springtown, perhaps even, culminate at Rebellion in April time. Now, of course, TNA Wrestling is known for their original matches and, of course, their original divisions. How about the X Division? Chris Sabin, a TNA original, is your current X Division champion. Again, makes perfect sense when we go into this show, Hard to Kill. For me, why not bring a match type that is special for them as well? Ultimate X. That's right, you can have 6 guys in there trying to reach and see who can get the strap. Sabin, no stranger to those as well. He has won the most of them, I believe, in Impact history. The likes that could be joining him in here, we can have some TNA former names like Kenny King, for example, Frankie Kazarian, and you can also go with some Impact names, the likes of Swann, Jonathan Gresham, and Speedball Mike Bailey. I think there'll be a hell of a lineup to see at Hard to Kill, so that's what I'd like to see for the X Division Championship. A few names I've left out of Ultimate X and also the tag team title match because I think they'd make a great X Division style tag team match, if you will, on this show. Subculture against the Rascalz. It gives them something to do. It can build future #1 contenders. For example, if you want the Alexander and Young story to build over a long term, they perhaps could win those tag team titles, and this could be setting up their future #1 contenders. For example, Alexander and Young versus the Rascalz could be something that could happen at No Surrender or even Sacrifice before you can have the breakup of Young and Alexander further down the line. You can't do one of these shows without Eddie Edwards. Honestly, he's been around in the TNA days. He's of course been one of the Mr. Consistents in the Impact Wrestling days. He must be on this show, and for me, I'm just simply going to predict he'll face Joe Hendry. I think it's quite a fresh rivalry, something we're not seeing as a long-term story to my memory anyway. Someone correct me if I'm not right there in the comments below, but certainly I think that could be a fun matchup for Hard to Kill. But two people that do have a lot of history is Mickie James and Gisele Shaw. I'd like to see that go down as well to wrap up the main card for Hard to Kill. Going on to the countdown, of course, there was have a couple of matches on those. I think you need to have the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, and that's usually the spot that's given for the pre-show. So I'd have MK Ultra going against Courtney Rush and Jessica. Maybe they can go back to their old gimmicks that we've seen under the TNA banner by this point of Rosemary and Havoc. Never say never, but I would say that it's more likely the current incarnations we have of their characters. But it could be a fun time. We've seen this match before, but that's the reason why I've put it on the countdown rather than the main show. Last but not least, we need to bring something back to the table as it's TNA once again. Reintroduce it to the audience, the things that worked from the past, and hopefully we'll see some new original matches going forward. As much as I'd like to see King of the Mountain make a return, could be a shout for this show as well, but one that I would suspect that could get everybody on the card is the Reverse Battle Royal, which is perfect as well for a countdown, for a kickoff, whatever you want to call it. Everybody that's not in the match can be involved in this, and for anyone that's not aware of what the rules are for a Reverse Battle Royal, well, basically everyone starts outside of the ring. Your job is to get inside of the ring. It sounds absolutely bonkers, and it is as well. It's a lot of fun. Of course, once you get so many wrestlers inside the ring, say it's usually 8 or 10, whatever the number they want to give, then it becomes a traditional Battle Royal where everyone's thrown over the top rope to the floor, and I think I've seen in the past when it gets down to the final two, it does become a one-on-one encounter, which I think could be a lot of fun if they were to throw that into this show. So that's the match card predictions for Hard to Kill. TNA Wrestling coming back at TNA, bring it on. What matches do you want to see at Hard to Kill? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the look of this match card? And do you want to see some other TNA specialty matches come back? Let me know for this show. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, share with a friend, and subscribe as well. And a bit of breaking news if you weren't aware of it on the channel already. There will be live streams for Impact Wrestling prediction shows in 2024. Going to start with the biggest shows, and if there is the demand for it, it will end up being all of the shows. So Hard to Kill will have a full predictions live stream, so make sure to check out when that does happen. It'll be on the week of the show. There will be plenty of more TNA content becoming between now and January as we build up to the return of TNA Wrestling, and I've got to say I'm very excited to bring that content to you. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching. If you can't get enough of this channel, check out the videos on the side of your screen right now. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you for the next video.